Hello, Rob.
Hey, how's it going? So here's for the next TNT meeting. We got some interesting stuff today. You ready to do that?
Let's do it. TNT. One, two.
Oh my God.
That was pretty close.
That was at least a minute that time.
It looked pretty close on mine.
Okay, we'll go for what you see. All right, so let's talk about Friday. So Friday we had Bon over to do his workout boot camp with a few ladies and yourself.
Yes, I was there. Bon Tran Fitness. Yes, I was.
So I'm going to tag you on some of those photos that they took because they're really good actually in a couple of videos, which is even better. But yeah, you know what? If you guys, I'll say this out, like this guy is fantastic. Like if you want to get training, you want to get back in shape, one-on-one videos, you know, just reach out to him, give him a call, send him an email, send him an Instagram, whatever. Yeah, he's got everything going for him right now. I keep saying he's going to be the new Dr. Ho, but I'm gonna say that
and he's mobile, so he'll come out. Like he came out to your place, and we were with the Real Health Wives of Bradford, West Gwillimbury. So that was kind of cool. And that's a fantastic thing too, because he'll go to parks, he'll go wherever. Well, when they're open, he'll go to wherever's convenient for you. But so that was
really get the space, right? It's all about the space, because I know right now we still have to do the social distancing. So they did separate in the workout a little bit after, except for one of those pictures. We'll show you that one later. But it's you know what? Like if you're looking for it, I don't think there's a better trainer out there right now. So like if you want to get into your diet, you want to get into your exercise, you want to get in your mindset, and that's what we're going to take the next topic to, is about the mindset and surrounding yourself with the right people to achieve the goals you want to achieve. And I know you've been doing this for quite a few years, so maybe you can tell a little story about yourself. And like you got into it and changed your business, it changed mine. So
absolutely, yeah, it completely changes your life. And one of the reasons when I started going to see Bon, one of the things that really sort of attracted me to him and his business model and what he stood for was that, yes, it was about the workout, you know, but it wasn't about the workout to lose weight. That's never the primary. It's what benefits it does to not only your body in general, but your mind, right? And he constantly posts nothing to do with exercise per se, like, but always about mindset, about where are you putting your time? You know, what books are you reading? We constantly talk about that. And both of us, I know, constantly are either reading or audibling, if that's a word, positive business books and otherwise, right? Just about mindset. I think that people drop the ball when they don't understand how much of your life is actually governed by what you're putting in your head, right?
Absolutely. It's not just it's not just what you're putting in your head, but it's also the people around you that influence you, support you, and give you that support, right? Like it's and that was one of the big things we're saying. It's you know, sometimes you need to clean house a little bit, not just your house, but in your life, and get yourself around the right people. And getting yourself around the right people gives you the right mindset, gets you on that get-go, right? And it's you know, you don't want to constantly be in that negative environment, because it doesn't take much to take you there, right? So it's yeah, and you get around Bon, you know right away, you know, he doesn't go out and preach the mindset and doesn't preach any of that stuff, but you know he's there. You know what I mean? You can feel his energy as soon as he walks in a room. And that's always been a big thing, right? Somebody takes control or has that presence. You know, he's not just working his mind, he's working his body, but he's also working his mind, which is fantastic, right?
Yeah.
Like
and he feeds off. Like a lot of his clients are entrepreneurs, not all of them, but a lot of them are, and it feeds off one and the other, right? One big thing though that I've come across where people, you know, if they're not used to this mindset stuff, they often think it's like, oh, I'll read this book and then I'll be good. And I think you'll agree, it isn't that. It isn't a thing. It's something that you incorporate in your life and you're constantly doing it. Are you doing it perfectly? No. You're going to fall off and you're going to have those moments, but holy cow, they're a lot shorter because you know what you're looking for. Like you can tell when you've fallen off the track that you've been on. And then you've got the tools and the resources and the people in your life to pull yourself back up. But it is not a one and go. It's a consistent work in everything you do. Like you said, it's the people you hang around with. It's the way, it's the words that you use when you talk about yourself. It's, I mean, it is an all-encompassing thing, but it becomes part of who you are.
Well, it also builds your confidence, right? Like that's the thing. I'll be honest with you. I don't know when you got into. I only really started again last year.
Mm-hmm.
But for the last 20 years, I've always read about it. I've always seen people do it. It's not something just got created. So if you're thinking, by the way, mindset just got created in the last couple of years, guess what? It's been around for the last probably 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
But how many times as a teenager or even in my 20s that we sat down and everybody would say, you got to train your mind. You got to read these books. You got to do this. And I would read it and it would just be words. And so to actually start doing it and you got to find what works for you too. Because I'm not a big goal setter. I do have it. But I know people who write down their goals every morning, right? For me, it doesn't work. But then I tried billboarding and it ended up being the best thing for me because it really kept me focused. So, different things will work for different people. And you do need to find that in your life. And once you start and once you do find those things, the changes happen. And like I said, and you know what, being around the right people is definitely, I think, key. That was one thing I need to change in my life. We were just joking around about this. If I haven't spoken to you in 6 months, it's like,
this might be about you. There's your sign.
Who knows, right? So, but you do got to put yourself around the right people. And I find a lot of real estate agents are the right people too when we do this. So, which makes it, a lot of them are there because they're entrepreneurs. They have to put their focus in the right place in order to succeed, right? So if they're not doing that, they're going to have a harder time succeeding.
Yeah.
So.
And the other thing is age. Like, age does not matter. My kids, like, they've grown up with all of this talk in their heads. And, like I'm sure I can say this about Shauna because I put it on Facebook, my youngest, who went to the goat farm. Check out my Facebook page if you don't know about that. But she went to the goat farm because she's 19, but she was in a rut. Like, she was like, I don't even know what I want to do. And this was one of those things that I suggested, get yourself completely away from the people that you currently hang around with. Just go out there. You're going to be in a routine. You're going to be doing something totally different.
Come back to me.
What you're doing. It's about the routine. It's about taking time to reflect on yourself without any distractions, right? What you really want in your life. I lost you. So I guess I just keep talking because you're gone. But I guess it doesn't matter is what I'm saying about age. I mean, you don't have to be a struggling entrepreneur to realize that you finally need to do this. This is something that starts super early. Rob, you're still frozen. Okay, I hope I'm not frozen on your end. It'll be interesting to see this recording. But at the end of the day, I think Rob and I both can say that it's affected our family life, our businesses, every facet of our life. And we were talking about Vaughan, and he has, oh, there you are.
Yeah, I'm back. I mean, that just
You're back. I just kept talking. Just kept talking. But with Vaughan, that's one of the things. Like, yes, don't think it's just exercise. It is so much more. And actually, the real health wives and I were talking afterwards, and I think we both agreed the weight loss becomes like a secondary thing. The first and foremost is that it creates this clarity in your mind when you do it. And I love to do my exercise first thing in the morning because it creates this like clear path of energy and focus for the rest of the day. It's amazing.
Yeah, because it's how a lot of people start their day. And there's lots of different things I've seen different people do. Like some are the cold shower, some are the, cold shower, like the last 2 minutes of have a cold shower. But, maybe it's the workout, maybe it's the walk the dog, maybe it's, meditating. So there's lots of different methods that work, and they work for different people. Like I said, they work for some, they don't work for others. But if you find that key thing, you know what, run with it. And like I said, and be around the right people. And that's really going to be the key, right? So yeah. It's definitely there. But yeah, it's interesting. If you guys ever get a chance, reach out to Bon if you want to start making some of that change. He's a great guy to get started with because he'll definitely not just work your body, but work your mind and work your soul, right? Like it's about everything. Mm-hmm.
And he's got a lot of different programs now since COVID. So you can do it virtually. You can do it, in person.
And they're customized to you, right? To what works, which is fantastic. So I'm not sure, we're going to try to bring on a guest next week. Is that
Yes, we don't have confirmation of who it is, but we're going to start having guests on TNT, and you and I and Adam, sometimes Adam as well, will be going out to some of the local businesses that have activities going on that we can participate in. And pretty soon we are going to start that fundraising, because in August we want to get you shaved.
Yeah, so you're just firm on that, aren't you?
Yeah. I did the exercise workout with Bon. Now we need to shave you at Timeless Harmony and Spa. We got to get that put together and get that out online, because we'll do that as well. But we're going to be out and about in town introducing you now in person to a lot more businesses. And of course, we will always every month still have the market update on real estate and mortgages. So
excellent. Sounds good. Okay, so we'll see everybody next week.
All right.
Okay.
Adios, buddy. Adios.
Right. Adios. Hey, we got that one right.